Okay, so number one is going to be a little harder. What is my least common denominator? Anybody know?
Yeah.
96.
6n, that's right. So 6n will be my least common denominator. And so then what do I multiply the top and bottom of this one by? This group here. Tell me what you multiply by. The first fraction, the 4/3? 2n, good. And then what about the 7 over n? What do we multiply the numerator and denominator? 6, good. And then what about the 1/6? That's right. So we get 8n over 6n minus 42 over 6n equals n over 6n. So now, what's my next step? Multiply by that denominator to get rid of it. So multiply by 6n on both sides. And we get 8n minus 42 equals n. So anybody, what would be a step that I could do on this one to solve it?
One-third by k, k by 3.
So we're still on number one.
Oh, shoot.
All right. So we don't want to set it equal to 0 because there's no n squared. If there was an n squared, we want to set it equal to 0. We want to get the n's on one side and we want to get the numbers on the other side. Yes, what's the question? So how could we get the n's on one side? What can we do to both sides?
Minus 8n.
That's right, minus 8n. So it's not wrong if you don't do that as your first step. It's just the fastest way to do it because then we get negative 42 equals negative 7n.
I want the negatives.
And then what would we do to solve that? Divide by negative 7. So fewer steps, and it's not the only way to do it, but it's just I like to do that in the fewest steps as possible when I'm doing it. Okay, so Yusuf, I think you were looking ahead to number 2. What is the least common denominator on that one? That's right. So what would you multiply top and bottom by on this one?
K, 1/3 by k, and 2 over k by 3.
Yep. Times 3, and then nothing on this one, right? Yusuf, nothing on the last fraction?
No, because it is the common denominator.
Yep. So k over 3k plus 6 over 3k equals 13 over 3k. So somebody else in that group, tell me what we do next to solve that. Multiply all of them by the denominator, 3k. Yes. Good. You need to multiply all of them by something. So we multiply by 3k because that way we can get rid of the denominators, which is what we want to do. So we get k plus 6 equals 13, and minus 6, k equals 7. That's nice when it's simpler like that. Okay, so what would be the fastest way to do number 3? Eric knows. Anybody else know what the fastest way to do number 3 would be? We have a fraction equal to a fraction. We can cross multiply. That's right. So 8x equals, and I'm going to multiply the 5 times 2x minus 6 out as I do it for fewer steps. So 10x minus 30. And then what could I do next? What is this group here? minus 10x. So we want the x's on one side. That gives us a negative 2x is negative 30, and then divide by negative 2. So x is 15. Okay, number 4. Can I factor one of those denominators? This group can tell me how to factor squared plus 4x. This group.
Already answered.
So the x squared plus 4x factors, how do we factor it? So we factor out an x, it's x times. Yes, good. So then what is in this denominator that's not in that one? This group again, please. X plus 4. Sorry, I wasn't clear about that. Didn't like it that I did it so far over. Okay, and then what is in this denominator that's not in that? Same group. This group again. What's not in that denominator? Last one. The 4x or x plus 4. So now, go ahead, somebody in that group, multiply through, distribute for me what we get.
4x plus 16.
Good.
And 5x plus 20.
And so this one's going to stay a 1, right? And then this was going to be 5x plus 20. Okay, let's move back here. What do we do next on this? Yep, both sides multiply by x times x plus 4. Get rid of that denominator. Denominators go away, which we like, and we get 4x plus 16 equals 1 plus 5x plus 20. So that group again, what would we do next to solve that? So we've got some, that's not wrong, but we've got some like terms that we need to add together on one side. Let's do that first. Yes. So that would give us 4x plus 16 equals 5x plus 21. And so you said subtract 4x. Okay. Good choice. And so this gives us 16 equals x plus 21. And then we get x is negative 5. Okay, number 5 is going to get a little bit more complicated. So that's right, it's an x. So I need to multiply this one into 1. So if the LCD is x, so I need to multiply top and bottom by what on this one? It's x over 1. Yep. This one's okay, and then I need to multiply this by x also. Does that make sense? So I get x squared over x plus 16 over x equals 10x over x. And so, again, what do I do next? Good. Multiply both sides by x to get rid of the denominator. Then we get x squared plus 16 equals 10x. So what do we do next?
Set it to 0.
Yes, how do you know that you need to set it equal to 0? Good job, Tristan, recognizing that.
This is a square.
It's an x squared and the 10x. So we've got to get them both on the same side so that we can factor. So subtract 10x. And so we get x squared minus 10x plus 16 is 0. And then what next? Yeah, factor. So we're going to factor with an x. What multiplies to 16? That adds to negative 10. What works? Negative 8, negative 2. X minus 8, x minus 2 is 0. So here, tell me what do I do next to solve that? See, each factor equal to 0. X minus 8 is 0. X minus 2 is 0. And so we get x is 8 and x is 2. So what we want to take a look at when we get these answers is we want to look and make sure that it will not make our denominator 0. If I put an 8 in the denominator, sorry, the original in there, will that make that denominator 0? No. Will the 2 make the denominator 0? No. So why is it that I don't want my denominator to be 0? Because it's undefined. So this is one of those things where we sometimes give some extraneous solutions we didn't hear, but we just wanted to check in case we did. So let's, on the very last one, let's just start it because I've been talking for a while. And then, because I think the starting it is the hardest part. So what if I factor that denominator? What do I get? You guys here, what do I get when I factor the a squared minus 5a? So a minus 5, and then what goes in the front?
8.
A, good. A times a minus 5. So then this one's good, this one's good. We need to multiply top and bottom of this one by a minus 5. Okay, so I'm going to stop there so that you can have more time to work on your